watching this video, I got a pet. I got a pet Black Widow. It's crazy, but we gotta start getting the bug community on the channel. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what
I just found this video where a guy named Coyote Peterson lets a Black Widow crawl all over his arm. Watching this made me think that maybe Black Widows...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all ever see me rocking with a Black Widow on my arm, gang, I'm getting too much money, gang. I don't care about life.
weren't as vicious as I thought, and maybe I could keep one as a pet. And so I found a random sketchy website that'll sell me just that. Why do they even sell these as pets, bro? I don't know. Let me just add this to the cart. And thanks to the one-day delivery, literally the next day, I opened up my door to the package.
Okay, there we go. I guess the
Yo, see, my thing is, bro, I just think if I had a Black Widow, that helped breaking out, bro. Like, let's be for real, bro. If y'all got a pet, you really think, like, that shit not gonna break out? Like, I feel like my shit would be the type to break out and come back into his cage. So it look like I'm not, like, it's not on nothing. And then catch me,
the Black Widow. And I genuinely think this is the most venomous pet I've kept on the channel. But anyways, let's go open this up.
So I brought it to my table and I opened the package up. After carefully taking out the packing material, I then took out the container that had a Black Widow spider inside.
That hoe's at the lid.
Nah, here it is. A literal Black Widow. But I did
Wait, why he just put it as black, though? Whoever shit this nigga, you racist, nigga.
Something out because apparently I didn't order just one of these. If you look down in this box, I actually ordered 2 more. Yeah.
This nigga has 3 Black Widows in his crib, gang. I mean, that'd be cool for the content. Them niggas gonna kill each other.
Apparently I accidentally placed the order for a 3-pack, so now I have 3 Black Widows.
But I wanted to take a closer look, so I opened up a container to let a spider out. And I guess it was a bit dizzy because instantly it fell on its back to reveal that iconic red hourglass shape, which warns you that this spider is nothing to mess around with. It has a potent bite.
Oh, shoot, it's trying to escape. Put it in the container. Okay. Whoa. I gotta be more careful with these things, man.
But these 3 spiders aren't gonna spin webs in these tiny...
Yo, this nigga's out here playing with dangerous shit, gang. If I see a spider chilling in my corner, I'm knocking their ass off. This nigga out here playing with them.
Tiny containers. They were gonna need a proper enclosure, which I needed to build by first covering a bunch of spray foam with dirt and wood chip stuff to make the background. But in the middle, I put in this rock background and spray foamed normal rocks to it. You see, I'm gonna separate the enclosure into a forest, a cave, and a home interior to see where Black Widows like to make webs and hunt the most. For the home interior part, I got a piece of styrofoam and painted a brick pattern onto it to, you know, make it look like a
Liberty Mutual
Custom. Gang, we dead need premium, gang. I'm dead ass. I'm gonna have to waste that bread. I'm dead ass.
Wall, like a lot of homes have, and so I spray foamed that in, and the background was now complete.
And now we gotta do the web building bases. Basically, what that means is we just put sticks and stuff so the spiders can spin their webs in here.
To start, I'm gonna lay down a simple substrate across the entire enclosure that I'll be able to customize to each environment. But first of all, the forest, and as I'm sure you can imagine, we're gonna put some wood in here, just enough on the 2 sides for a solid web to be made in between. And then I'm even gonna glue some moss coming down from the ends of the branches so it sort of looks like leaves on a tree.
And then I'm gonna get this bag of leaves that I bought. And don't ask me why I didn't just pick them up from outside. I don't know why I bought these.
But anyways, with those, I scattered them along the bottom so it looked like a forest floor with all the fallen leaves everywhere. And last but not least, I got some tiny rocks and scattered them around too. Just a few, because I gotta save most for the cave. And speaking of the cave, we're gonna start right away by laying down some rocks, because that's pretty much all they got. But as you can see in this photo, there's actually a bunch of these pointy rocks called stalagmites. And I think they would work perfectly in my enclosure, so let me guess.
Stalagmite! Ain't that the shit, Ain't that the shit that's in, what's it called, Minecraft?
Alright, so I've got a big rock and a hammer right there, so I guess let me just try to carve some of those stalagmites out of this. So I guess I'll just go and try and hit it. I don't really know if this is gonna work, but, it's gonna break.
Eventually, after a bit of hitting, I got a few pieces that, when connected, sorta looked like stalagmites, so I went and attached them together with spray foam. And then, using more spray foam, I stuck them all into place, pointing up in the cave section of the enclosure. Finally, I went and sprinkled some normal colored rocks around, and then some different colored rocks around, because, yeah, we literally just put rocks everywhere for this section.
Alright, once this spray foam dries, I'm gonna go in and paint it, but for now, let's work on the home interior section. And to start, I've got this carpet-like material, which I'm gonna cut out to shape, and then I'm just gonna go and put it in there, and boom.
Now I need to get some mini home furniture in here that the spider will be able to spin his webs from.
And my only idea for how I can get that is to build it with some Legos. So yeah, let's get building, baby.
First of all, using black bricks, I stacked them up to make this little lampshade thing. Then with some red bricks, I made a tiny little couch. Now a chair made of brown bricks. Finally, I just took the rest of my bricks to make a
If this
randomly
Black
color
Widow
assorted
falls
red
for
and
this,
white
bro,
shelf.
he's
Yeah,
sick.
I'm a master builder, as you can tell. Anyways, I went and
Master
put each of those inside and even got some little dollhouse furniture to fill in the dead space, and boom, shakalaka. That's what I call a home house interior. I know a lot of Black Widows love to live inside houses, so one of them should definitely like this place.
But the next step on the list is to get some plants, like always. So, you already know, let's go to the plant store.
First of all, I went to Walmart and just got a couple tiny plants for the forest section of the enclosure, but then I also drove to Home Depot, which I knew would have a slightly larger selection.
And basically here, I want to get something that's going to work for the cave. And, ooh, something like this actually could work. It's like draping vines or something. That'll actually work perfect.
Then finally, I went to Office Max.
Now, you might be
Office
wondering
Max?
what plants I'm going to...
Yo, where the fuck is the Office Max? I've never seen a Max office. What the fuck is the Office Max, nigga?
Yeah,
That
Office Max. But actually, I'm not even getting any plants. I'm actually going to be printing out some pictures to put as paintings in the house interior.
Is this not just an Office Depot or Office Depot? Office? Whoa, what the fuck am I talking about?
baby. Look at these paintings. Let's go.
When I got home, I first put the 2 land plants in the forest section, which as you can see, I ended up getting a beautiful red plant to match
Was
the
that
red
shit
on
fake?
Black Widows. Then I took
free?
apart the plant from Home Depot and glued the vines coming down from the top of the cave section. Finally, I glued some more moss all along the forest section because I felt like it wasn't green enough, and then I added a bit of this dead type of fern moss along parts of the cave because I felt like it matched pretty well.
Oh, and I almost forgot the most important part, the stupid AI generated pictures for the house interior.
So I cut them out and glued them along sides of the brick wall. There were many great works of art, like a Black Widow flying in the sky with wings, a Black Widow dancing in a disco room, and a Black Widow eating a male after mating, which yes, they actually do that in the wild. Now you see, in the wild, Black Widows are actually cannibals towards other female Black Widows, which means my 3 Black Widows cannot be able to access each other, or, you know, they'd probably eat each other.
So I've got these acrylic sheets, which should act as good separators.
So I went and measured them to size and then cut them out.
There we go, that fits perfectly. And now last but not least, I'm gonna put in one of these reptile foggers.
Basically, when you turn this dial, it spits a bunch of fog out the end of this tube. Black Widows love a high humidity to make their webs, so this should encourage them to do that quickly. And while
So
I
you
would
would
say this
smoke them
enclosure
out.
is now 100% complete, but that does mean I gotta actually let the Black Widows loose in here, which I'm kind of scared to do, but let's just do it.
And
Yeah, I'm
as you
not
can
seeing
see, I've
this
got the
one
3
right
Black
now.
Widows in their own little containers. So I've got the first one. Let's let this guy loose into the forest. Then I'm gonna put the second one into the cave section like
Wait,
that.
isn't
Then
the
finally
door
the
just-
3rd Black Widow in the home interior section.
And while all the spiders were now in their new home, I took an interest to the one in the forest area. You see, this one immediately started to crawl all around her new home and even made her way up to the roof of the enclosure. There on the roof, you can see she started to walk around with a little strand of silk coming out the end of the abdomen. She
Yeah,
was
she getting
already
it
building
already.
a web. Spiders, of course, do this to catch prey, and Black Widows in specific have some of the strongest silk out of any spider, which is somehow produced in these little silk glands that they have. Anyways, I left the Black Widow to continue with that, and the next day I came back and opened up the top of the enclosure. You could see the area where she was constructing the web, and now she was hiding in this little crevice.
So much for building this enclosure. I built all this forest area just for the spider to make her web right in this little area. Well, at least she has something, because that means now I can try and feed her a bunch of different types of food to see which they like the most, starting with mealworms.
Now I wanted to start small, and as you can see, these mealworms I bought are absolutely minuscule. They're barely the size of the tip of my finger, but hopefully the spider will still
Nah,
like
they
them.
not even
Using
the
some
size of the
tweezers,
tip.
I dropped a mealworm straight into the spider's web, and immediately it started to squirm around to try and escape. But spider webs are specifically designed to keep little insects like this stuck in them. All the wiggling around made the Black Widow come awake, and soon it even crawled out, only to walk right by the mealworm and run away. In fact, this Black Widow tried to make a grand escape and even webbed down the side of my table onto the floor.
Oh, no, do not go under the table.
With
Yo,
Kroger
yeah.
same-day pickup and
I don't
delivery,
see what he-
you
how
can
he's
shop
gonna
the
do this,
same
bro.
in-store price.
How is he gonna get it back?
Anyways, I ended
And
up
why did he leave the cage open? You should have closed
scooping
that.
it into a container, where I then dropped another mealworm in front of him, and once again, he didn't want to eat it.
Okay, well, clearly this Black Widow's not trying to eat any mealworms, so instead, I've got a bag of some tiny little
That nigga's
crickets.
just trying to
And
get
these
out,
I'm
bro.
gonna feed to the second Black Widow in the cave area. Now, if you remember, I put this spider in the enclosure on this little plastic lid where I already had a web. And since putting it in 2 days ago, it still hasn't moved at all. It might be dead actually. But anyways, I put in some crickets to see if it would eat. And literally right away, one of the crickets jumped towards the spider and jolted him awake, which I guess was a good sign because the spider was now finally moving. But when I tried to bring the cricket back, it scared the spider and it ran away. And
yo, this nigga a bitch, dude. And I'm not talking about the YouTuber. I'm talking about the spider, bro. If I see a black widow in person, nigga, I'm running, nigga. But then ooh, if I get the courage, nigga, I'm gonna do it to his ass real
to the
talk,
cave.
nigga.
I almost lost track of the spider until I came across her again on top of the enclosure where she had somehow escaped to. I tried to feed her a cricket once again, but she just was not having it, so I scooped her back into the plastic container.
Well, it looks like this black widow is also not eating, which usually would mean I would go test the third and final food source, which was gonna be just crickets, but a bit bigger. But I kind of have bad news because I don't really have a spider to feed these to.
Yes, you heard that right. Since putting the third spider into the house interior section 2 days ago, I haven't seen it at all. It literally...
So that hoe made it out your house. Yo, gang, see, now he got a black widow roaming in his house. You see, this is what I was saying, bro. If I ever got a bug, like, it would just, you know what I'm saying, bro? He gotta pack that hoe up. If that's a female, he's cooked.
Literally escaped my enclosure. And now, not only did I have one missing, but I also had 2 more that weren't eating.
This is genuinely the worst idea I've had for a video. Like, pet black widow. Like, what am I thinking? One is escaped and is literally crawling around my garage. There's only one way I can make this up for the content. I gotta let the black widow crawl on my arm, just like I saw Coyote Peterson do at the start of the video. So, let's not waste any time. Let me get my mom in here.
So when that nigga gets bit and he has to get rushed somewhere, y'all are gonna say he's stupid and I'm smart.
Mom.
Hi.
All right, I'm bringing you in here today because I got a special job for you. As you know, I always keep the weirdest pets. And can you guess what pet's in here based off the decorations?
Oh my gosh. Is it a black widow?
Yeah, it's a black widow.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you see those paintings on the wall?
Yeah, I do.
A black widow?
Is he gonna tell her that he lost one? See, my mom wouldn't even let me do this shit. See, my mom's the type to tell me this is a good idea and go do it, and then when I do it, she get mad at me saying, "Why did you do this on some dumb shit?" You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that cool?
No.
Why? Okay, I got them onto this little tray for you,
Oh my
and basically,
gosh.
you can see it right there. What do you
No,
think?
no.
Say hi.
No. I wouldn't keep that as a pet.
Why? It's cute. Well, I did say I have a job for you, so can you hold the camera?
Oh my gosh, you are not gonna put this on you.
Here, hold the camera. All right, as you see, we got the black widow in a nice little clear container. And
I
I'm just
don't
gonna
think she
start
held the
by
camera.
literally putting it on my sleeve like this until it crawls out.
You see, the plan is to have it crawl onto my sleeve, and then from there, it'll crawl onto my hand. So I
Game, but
basically
if it's already agitated, it's just gonna bite you.
just
gang.
waited until it started to crawl out.
I have to be super calm right now.
But as you could have guessed, of course things went wrong. Because as you can see, it just started to grasp onto the edge of the container and not let go at all. I was probably making it pretty mad, so I quickly transferred it to a piece of cardboard.
Okay, so I decided to just put them onto a piece of cardboard, and I'll let them crawl out here.
And after gathering together a bunch of courage, I just moved the cardboard in front of my hand to let it happen.
Okay, I'm gonna do it in 3, 2, 1.
Lord Father, Jesus, please. Oh God, Lord Father, please. Okay, it's time to go.
That hoe start crashing.
Oh,
Oh, that was so nerve-wracking.
That nigga
Oh my
really
gosh.
a hit real nigga, bro.
Feel doing that.
The heart was going 500 beats a second.
Well, there you have
You
it.
gotta
Probably
like
the
me, I ain't
stupidest pet I've ever kept. But hey, at least it's gonna be an
That nigga,
interesting
he really-
addition
he
to my
really- he
collection.
really
Guys,
did
check
that
out the
shit,
new
bro.
axolotl
He really
hoodie
did that
released on
shit,
my
bro.
merch.
He really did that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'd never do some dumb shit like that, bro. Y'all niggas, like, I'm da-das. You niggas would never see me do some dumb shit like that. No, sir. Not today. Come on, gang. Fuck is these niggas saying, bro?
Won't they do?